when you're able to build these kinds of online relationships, you're able to do so in a way where it doesn't feel uncomfortable or odd to reach out to those people and to ask for the help that you need. Live your faith, build your business, and change your world. This is Live, Build, Change. Thanks again for listening to the Live, Build, Change podcast. I am Carey Green. I am your fellow journeyer, traveler, business builder, guinea pig, maybe that's what you'd call me, as I'm attempting to build my own businesses and help you think about building yours in a way that enables you to live your faith in an authentic way, build that business, and use the two to change the world. Something I wanted to bring up today that's probably going to turn into a shorter kind of an episode, but it's really just a tip or an approach to building a business online that I think many people don't think of in terms of the vital importance of what I'm about to describe prior to even getting a business going. You see, I've been talking with some people recently who are working hard to figure out exactly what kind of business they want to build, what sort of approach they want to take. Should it be a product? Should it be an online course? Should it be some kind of a coaching thing? I mean, what is it that they have to offer the world? Well, that is all very important, and they're questions that definitely need to be answered in time. But prior to that, before you even get rolling in that, you don't even have to have an answer for that question. There's something else I believe you need to start doing before you build that business. And that is to make friendships. And I'm not just talking about friendships in your church or your community or whatever. I mean, if you're going to be building a local business like a coffee shop or an insurance agency or something like that, definitely you need to be building relationships there in your community. But if you're going to be building an online business, where do you build online relationships? Well, these days it's social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, those various places that people hang out. You need to be hanging out there. You need to be getting to know people. You see, often we think of social media as kind of just a playground. It's just a place we go to see stupid videos and funny memes and to hear people complain, I guess, about the things going on in their life, and we see plenty of that. Don't make a mistake about it. But I think that we forget that social media's intent is to be social, right? You're supposed to be working at building relationships. And you might be one of those people who thinks, well, online relationships are not real relationships because you don't get to look eye to eye. You don't get to, know the person's true self. Everybody puts on their Facebook face. And, I understand that. And I know that that does happen. I'm not so naive as to believe that's not true. But I also understand that even on social media, you can get to know people. I mean, I was thinking this morning about the number of people I know who are either business associates or just plain online friends, and I would call them friends, who I've never met in person, who I've never done business with in many cases. And yet, I notice the things they post. I comment on them. They comment back on the things that I post. We have conversations about real subjects online. And I feel we're building relationships. In fact, there's a few of those people who, when I have made a trip to a city where I know that they live or are around, I make a point of connecting with them and telling them I'm going to be in their area. And we try to connect if we can. There's been a few times that's been able to happen. And it happens because we have the mindset that these are actual relationships. And so why is this so important for building a business, even before you know exactly what your business is going to be? Well, for a couple of reasons that I'm going to unpack for you. The first thing that I think comes about when you build relationships is you foster a network of connections that are eager to see you succeed. They're people that are eager to help you in some way. So, for instance, these friends that I have been able to establish relationships with through social media and through online platforms have been some of the people who have been quick to jump on board when I have a product or a service that I want to market or tell others about. It's not just about the launch and the promotion, though. It's also as I've got my business going on and they come across someone who has need of what I do. In this case, I'm thinking of my podcast production business. They are quick to say, hey, you should talk to Carey. Carey has a company that does exactly what you're talking about. And so I'll get referrals from people who have not even used my service, but they're people I've built friendships with. And I hope this doesn't sound too utilitarian or too self-serving. It's not that at all. I do the same thing for them when I hear of someone who has a need that they can meet. You see, it's a cooperative thing. It's what friends do for each other, right? You help each other in whatever ways you can. And if that is business, then it's in business. You know, in the old days, they used to call this networking. Well, I don't see it as networking in that schmarmy kind of way that you might have thought of back in the old days of business. It's just building friendships and becoming a valued resource in someone else's mind. And you do that by being generous. You do that by being a help to them any way, shape, or form that you truly are able to do. And you don't always have to go out of your way to do it. You just notice what they say on social media or some question they're asking that you might have a little more expertise in or a little more connection to resources that would benefit them. And you make that introduction to the resource or the person or the bit of knowledge that you have so that your friend, and remember, they're truly a friend, can benefit from what you have to say. And that's how you build those kinds of relationships. I think they mirror the relationships that we have in real life. The people who you see as your true friends are the ones who are there when you need them, and you are there when they need you. And it shouldn't be any different on social media. So that's one reason why I think you should be building these online relationships before you even have to have a business idea. It's because those relationships are going to be part of the fuel that keeps your business going, keeps it churning with new clients and with new people buying your product if you have that sort of a business. But there is another reason that I think these online relationships will benefit you once you do get that business started. I think this other way that these online relationships that you're able to build ahead of time are beneficial to you is in the issue of connections and relationships. Here's what I mean. What if you find yourself in the course of your business, say 6 months down the road or a year down the road, needing to know someone who has a specific skill set or who has knowledge in a certain area that you have very little knowledge of, and that sort of help will be of great benefit to you. Well, it's the people online that you know who may know that person. They may know someone exactly fitted to meet your need or to help you in the way that you need help. So that's something to keep in mind. And when you're able to build these kinds of online relationships, you're able to do so in a way where it doesn't feel uncomfortable or odd to reach out to those people and to ask for the help that you need. I mean, really, to just say, hey, I'm looking for someone with this skill set, or I'm going to be hiring someone for my team that needs these qualifications, or I need someone who knows such and such marketing knowledge. Do you know anybody? Is there anybody you could introduce me to that might be a good fit for that need? And you see, friends help friends. And so that's really what happens in business as well. So yes, you should be working hard to decide and pray through what sort of business should I be starting? Should it be a product-based business, a service-based business? Should it be an online course? Should I be reselling things on eBay? What is it that you should be doing? Absolutely be doing that. But there are things you can be doing before you even get that figured out. And that is building good relationships, authentic relationships, real relationships with people online. So that when the time comes for you to build your business, you've got friends that you can tap. You remember that old song James Taylor wrote, you've got a friend when you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand, you've got a friend. That's really what I'm talking about. It's not intended to sound self-serving, even though it does serve you in the future. But it's not done for that purpose. It's done for the sake of building friendships and of being a benefit to others. Because when you are a benefit to others, then you'll find that they are eager to be of benefit to you. One of the things that is rising up out of the work I'm doing here with Live, Build, Change, just through conversations I'm having and opportunities I'm having to connect with other people, is the idea of life and business coaching. And I've had a few sessions with people so far, and man, this is just the thing. This is my mojo, if you want to call it that. Man, I just really can tell the Lord is anointing this, and it's going to be a great thing for many people, including me. I'm learning and growing a lot as well. So if you have any kind of interest in life coaching or business coaching, or you're even curious what those things might look like for you, you can go to livebuildchange.com/coaching and get all the information. I would love to help you live your faith, build your business, and change your world. Hey, God bless you, and thanks for listening.